Today I'm going to be showing you some oblique exercises that require no equipment. Hey you guys, so quickly let's just go over what are the obliques and where are they? So the obliques are actually two different muscles. You've got your internal obliques and your external obliques. They're located on the side of your abdominals, right kind of near your six-pack muscles, running down from the hips to the rib cage. So everything here, and the internal obliques are actually located directly underneath your external obliques. So that's where they are. That's the area we're going to focus on today. All right, all you're going to need is a mat. So we're going to just start on the ground. The first one we're going to do is a rotating side plank. So with this one, I want you to get onto your side. You're going to get onto your elbow. I want you to make a fist. Once you do that, you can stack your feet, or if you need more stabilization, you can bring the other foot out. What we're going to do is we're just going to lift up. We're going to get into a nice hold. We're going to put our top elbow hand behind our back, or behind our neck, I'm sorry. And what we're going to do is we're not going to just rotate the arm here like that. It's all about getting some rotation to get this elbow to come down to your fist. So we're going to be here, and you're just going to rotate your body to where that elbow reaches the fist. You're going to come back up, and you're just going to lift your hip towards the ceiling. So what that's going to do is that it's going to activate the internal and external obliques. So we're just kind of getting them fired up with this first exercise. So once again, we're back in our position. We have our fist made, we have our elbow ready. We're just going to rotate over, not too far, but just enough to get that elbow to reach down. So we're really using our obliques to get some rotation here. Not too much, I'm not fully rotating over like I mentioned. I'm keeping my feet stacked, just rotating my elbow over. I'm here, once I'm here, I'm just doing a little bit of a hip lift, and then I'm gonna lower that hip down. All right, so try for 10 to maybe 15 reps of that. When you're done, I want you to flip over and hit the other side. Next, we're gonna go into what's called a bear crunch. So with this, we're gonna start in a tabletop position. Your hands are gonna be directly over your shoulders. Feet and knees are just going to be bent. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna rotate over, and we're gonna bring our opposite knee to our elbow. So that's where my obliques are really working with just that a bit of rotation, but it's really working them to hold as I'm coming up. We're gonna stay in that tabletop, and we're gonna rotate off to the other side. So you're just gonna keep rotating, getting that elbow to your knee. So you're gonna really feel this through the sides. So with this one, I want you to think about doing 15 reps, 3 rounds. Okay, for our last one, this is kind of a trifecta. This one's gonna be a little bit tougher. My feet tend to slide, so you wanna make sure your arms, if you're on a hard surface, you have a good amount of padding, because it can get a little rough on your elbows. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a side plank, 3 different moves. So once you're in your side plank, we're gonna make sure our hips aren't dropping, and we're gonna go for 10 kicks. We're just gonna kick up. Once you finish those, then we're gonna kick to the ceiling. This is where you're really gonna feel that through those obliques. Once you finish that, you're gonna go right into a hip touch. So there's a 3-part circuit to this one. All right, 10 to 12 kicks, 10 to 12 towards the ceiling, right into the hip drop touches. And that's just 1 round. You're gonna do 3 rounds of those. So you're really gonna get a good hit on those obliques. The other critical piece, obviously, whenever working on any part of your core, diet is gonna be a huge factor, and making sure that you get enough cardio, or maybe you put plyometrics into your workouts. You just want to really make sure you get something where your heart rate's getting up, you're burning those extra calories along with doing body weight or resistive training. All right, these are some of my favorites. These are in my workout. at least once or twice a week. I try to rotate them in. Just really be conscientious of always making sure your hips are upright and that you're just keeping really good form. That's the main thing. Obliques can be a weak part of the body, so just take your time with them. Usually we're a little bit stronger here, so just take the time to make sure your obliques are just as strong. Hey, thanks for joining me today, you guys. Hey, follow us on Athlean-XX We've got some great stuff on our program you could check out there. Check out our Facebook. I know they put out some great stuff every day, different exercises, Instagram. Thanks for joining me today, and let's work out soon.